Hey, my friends, back in the States and wherever you happen to be. I am in my little room. Hold on, let me turn down the sound. Steve's gone out to the car to get a few more things out of the car. Duh. And we are in a little hotel in Wales. It's a hotel. It's called the Swan in Hay-on-Wye. And oh my God, did I need a glass of wine by the time we got here today. We had a lovely drive. It wasn't too far from where we live, maybe 2 hours, which is nothing in the States. I mean, it's nothing. But here it's a little longer. And because the roads are not I-95, let's face it. But we're in this little town on the edge of Wales. Well, actually, I think we're in Wales because the signs have both Welsh and English written. Like yield is, or give way is one phrase, and at the top it's something in Welsh that I couldn't begin to pronounce. But Steve's gone to the car, so I thought I'd make a really quick little video to say we have survived. We have survived. We love the drive here was actually very easy, but we walked around all day in the little town of Hay-on-Wye, which is, here comes Steve. Hey, I'm making a video. The little village of Hay-on-Wye, which is the Hay on the Wye River in Wales. And we walked around the town, which is really cute and adorable and very easy to walk around. There are 2 charity shops, however, that are not open on Sundays. So I think before we leave, we'll have to hit those. But we've been to a lot of little shops just for fun. I did buy some little, I guess I left it in the car, some little strips of paper that are pre-cut that have like vintage looking Christmas motifs on them that you make into those little, you know, those paper chains we used to make in kindergarten or first grade, or yeah. Anyway, that's a big decoration here in the UK. And so I bought a little package of really cute pre-cut strips that I'm going to do since I didn't bring any of my Christmas decorations. Anyway, and Steve got a really gorgeous hat. Another little cap. Where's your little cap, babe? That's in the car too. Yeah, in the car too. Anyway, we couldn't check in till 3. We walked around, had a lovely morning. We actually had a little bowl of soup and a little panini for lunch. He had the panini. I had the bowl of parsnip soup. It was delicious. And then we stopped back at the hotel, and the girl told us directions to go to the most beautiful overlook. Beautiful, and the sun is shining here today. It's actually pretty balmy. I didn't even need a coat. I'm wearing my sweater. Excuse me, I've had a glass of wine. So anyway, we're here, and the place we tried to get to, what was it called? Hay Bluff, was supposed to have this gorgeous view of the valley, perfect today to take photos, blah blah. Yeah, well, you have not lived or had a near-death experience until you have driven on a one-track road in Wales. And we have done this before, but we were in a bus, not driving, a little bus, like a minivan, like a van, where we went on the horseback riding thing through the base, and they drove and gave us a heart attack. But they were driving. Now this one, the girl didn't tell us it was going to be that one-track road scenario, because she said it's only 3 miles away. Oh my God. Well, Steve's driving, and I'm like going, you thought I was giving birth. I've only breathed that way when I'm in labor. I'm like, I wanted to get out of the car and sit behind Steve because, of course, driving the Hyundai from the States that we brought, he's on the inside, like next to the road, next to the bushes, and I'm on the outside where somebody coming opposite of us could just wham me, smush me to death. So I decided, well, he hates driving on these kind of roads, and it was too freaky. So we did it. We tried twice on 2 different routes, thinking we were on the wrong road the first time, and the second chance, maybe. But I'm telling you, you take your life in your hands every time you do this. So we had a heart attack 3 times over, and gave up and came back to the hotel to check in. So now we're in our room. Here, I'll show you our room. This is the window, which you can't see because it's too bright. There's Steve. He just came back. He's on the bed. Now, if you could see, this wall is not even. This wall has a point in the middle of it, so it breaks, and it sort of does a little mild V right there about the head of the bed. Because when I came in, I said, why is this bed like at an angle? He says, because the wall's at an angle. Welcome to the UK. It's just too charming for its own good. Anyway, it is Remembrance Sunday here, and I thought I would talk to you about that for just a second. As we were driving today to get here, it was very moving. This is a big deal here, guys. It's a big deal. Everybody has the poppy pin. It's called Remembrance Sunday, not Veterans Day. And I said to Steve, why aren't we as honoring as this on, this time in November? And he said,
Remembrance Day. Ours is Memorial.
Ours is Memorial Day. So we do this kind of, focus on Memorial Day, where they do it on Remembrance Day, which is November, which we also celebrate as Veterans Day. But we don't give it that same amount of emotional. I can't tell you how powerful it was. We were in the car, and I said, well, let's turn the radio on. And we were listening to a service this Sunday here, a service from a cathedral. I don't know if it was, what part of it was Gloucester Cathedral, and then it switched to wherever the royalty would have been today to honor. I couldn't pick up what they were talking about. I'm sure it was in London somewhere. But it was so moving to hear the numbers of people that were there, and that the royals were there to lay the wreaths to remember this and that and the other, or of anyone who'd lost their lives in defense of the crown or country. And it was very moving. They also had a part of the ceremony where people came up with wreaths, and so it was William at one point, but then there was a representative from every nation that is now free of British rule, that was part of Great Britain. And we forget, I don't think we have a clue how, they didn't call it the British Empire for a reason, for nothing. They didn't say the sun never sets on the British Empire. Is that what they used to say? Yeah, or the crown or whatever, because it was true. And it's a small island nation, but it had the biggest scope of any place, and it was amazing. So for every nationality that they have let be free to rule themselves after so many years, they came forth and put out things, wreaths too. And then in this little town today, there is there's an obelisk, a statue, a cross in every city I've been in, little tiny or really big. And there were poppy wreaths laid with a very specific designation saying who they were from. And it was a big deal. As we were driving today, listening to the radio, we actually passed people who were standing still during the 2 minutes of silence. We probably should have stopped driving and pulled over to the side of the road. But it was really touching to see how they honor their war dead and those who've made the ultimate sacrifice. It's really quite amazing. So I just say happy, I don't say happy Remembrance Day, but you guys know what I mean. It was very moving indeed. Which, before, I don't need to make another video on this topic at all, but I was having a conversation with another friend the other day, and they said, we were talking about World War II. I don't know how it came up, but the reality being, what did I say? I made some flip comment about how we saved their butts in World War II or something like that, which was only right that we come and help. But he said, well, honestly, I don't think y'all would have come if you hadn't been bombed at Pearl Harbor. And I said, I hope that's not true, because it would have grieved me if I lived during that time to think that we could sit there and let Germany overtake England. It would be beyond my comprehension that we had to wait till we were attacked to actually help. And that's reality. That's what happened. But I would hate to think we would let our motherland go like that without any defense when we had so much. So anyway, that's it. That's my 2 cents philosophizing on Remembrance Day. My dad was a war veteran and had a ship blown out from under him in the Atlantic and survived. So that's it. It's almost 10 minutes. I'm going. This is it. This is my little video from Wales for you guys. Tomorrow we're going to take a walk in Brecon Beacon National Park and hopefully see some beautiful waterfalls, as long as they're not at the end of a one-track road. We'll see you later. Bye.